today, the SSPX mentions the name of Pope Francis and the local ordinary in the canon of the mass, and so they're going to say, "See, this shows that we're in communion with the Catholic Church." What would you say, maybe in response to that?
Well, the popes have said, and I think I can refer to Leo the 13th and Pius the Ninth. They say the mere profession does not necessarily create the juridical reality, right? The mere paying of lip service to the Holy Father, if you're not going to subject yourself to his jurisdiction and authority, then the lip service you pay to him doesn't create the juridical bond of unity. The juridical bond of unity is a legal reality by which you are in submission to the Holy Father
Mm.
through his jurisdiction and the jurisdiction of the bishops that he's commissioned over the church. So it's not sufficient to merely profess to say Francis's name in the canon. I mean, the old Catholics say Francis's name in the canon. At least some of the masses that I've seen, go online, look up the old Catholic Confederation. I was actually shocked to discover that, Michael, because
Mm.
they broke away from the church after the First Vatican Council, as you know, over the teaching of infallibility. And I
Yep.
always wondered, what do they say when they come to that part of the Mass? Well, I heard the priest mention Pope Francis in the canon.
Mm.
And yet the society would be the first to say the old Catholics are schismatics and not in
Sure.
union with Rome. So if their profession is insufficient to make them in union with Rome, why is the society's mentioning of Francis sufficient to make the society united to Rome? It doesn't work.
Now, one thing they did bring up is, look, Pope Francis has granted some faculties for some of their confessions. And so that kind of undoes the claim that if somebody formally adheres to the SSPX, that they're in schism. There's been a whole lot more of rapprochement on part of Rome. And so, Rome's kind of backed away from the
Yeah.
schism claim.
Not at all. Pope Francis said just the opposite. First, he said he's doing this as an act of mercy to those penitents, presumably because he knew that they were not getting valid absolutions because supplied jurisdiction doesn't apply to the Society of St. Pius X. So thank God Francis did that. But he also says he was extending that faculty and this generous and benevolent overture to help bring them into full communion. And so, this granting of a faculty for a single sacrament, and then, of course, conditionally for the sacrament of marriage, only highlights the fact that they don't have faculties for the other sacraments because they're not part of the church. It still highlights the juridical and canonical and legal issues that are at play here. So, to say, a narrow exception makes the rule is, of course, that's not true.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button. God bless.